Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first, and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With the smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner. Hey Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
What's up, Braves Country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love you.
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves country. As man, we've had some technical issues, mainly because there's storms in the area, continue to be storms in the area, and we'll do our best to do whatever we can to tonight. But no damn promises because lights keep flickering. We're not even getting that bad of storms. We're not even getting that bad of storms. Anyways, how are y'all? Hope y'all are having a good night. We are not, but we'll see what we can do. Looking at the Braves lineup right here, I'm going to put it on the screen. It is Schwellenbach versus Casey Mize. I saw a question in the chat. Who's pitching tonight? Schwellenbach versus Casey Mize. That was announced 3 or 4 days ago. We went over that last night. Anyways, Schwellenbach will be hitting the hill. You see the lineup there. You see the numbers for Schwellenbach. I got to scroll this up a little bit so you can see the entire lineup. Forcewall is back in the lineup. He's playing right. I find that interesting that he is in right and Duvall is in left. Used to, that was their go-to guy to put in right field with an injury or an off day. And now it looks like they've lost all confidence in Duvall playing right field. So very interesting there. Forcewall, you're going to get what you're going to get. You're going to get a guy who's going to hit the ball hard, hopefully, get it on the ground, hopefully, and get on base. And he got thrown out last night, but he does have elite speed, elite base runner. He just got a terrible jump last night. All right, here is the sound bite. We're going to listen to Forrest Wall first and then Ozzie Albies. Here is Forrest Wall just got released a little about a half hour ago. This is Forrest Wall today in the locker room.
Obviously, just thankful for the opportunity. I know all the guys in here would like to be in that spot too, so just thankful.
It's important in your career. What would you say any focuses are personally?
Personally, I just want to do my best every day to help the team win. Just take it day by day, and that's my mentality.
What kind of challenge of coming up, quickly and having to make an impact like that, having to just immediately kind of throw in?
I think it just comes back to trusting in my preparation, my routine, and just focusing on the things I can control.
A lot of guys have won, they're kind of in the same situation, we're kind of bouncing back and forth. You guys all kind of chat about this and lean on each other.
Yeah, it's kind of like we're all rooting each other on. I got a couple cool texts yesterday, so that was cool. But all of us just want to help this team win, and that's the bottom line. Everybody in this room.
It's like having 2A as your third base coach. Once you had him last year, obviously a big part of your game. He's the
that's awesome. I've looked down and seen Tui and Gwinnett, and so to see him here and just another face and who he is and how he gets the best out of all of us, which is awesome. And it helps seeing him really face.
What is it going to have a guy that has that much trust in your capabilities up here at this level?
Yeah, I think it comes down to like playing with no fear and not scared to fail. Speed is one of the gifts I have, and so I got to take advantage of it. And nobody's perfect, but I'm gonna try to still be aggressive and try to play fearless.
So that was Forrest Wall, and pretty much just want to get an idea who the guy is. He's a guy. He's not going to be a guy that's going to go out there and have a 900 OPS hitting bombs left, right. He's going to guy who's going to try to get on base, use his speed, and it'll probably be a platoon process. I still believe the Braves are going to make it a move sooner than later. I don't think it's going to be the trading deadline because you just simply can't expect this offense to continue to carry the bottom half of it with what we've got. The bottom half of the offense is, light hitting is saying it very, very kindly. When you lose Acuna and you lose Harris, and you've got guys like Duvall who are not hitting that well, you got two huge holes out there in the outfield right now in the batting order. Kelnick's playing great. There are some numbers that indicate Duvall is hitting the ball really hard, and I get that argument. But at the same token, I don't buy into all the bad luck, because bad luck does not last a half year. When you're hitting the ball consistently into the teeth of the defense, you're not having a good year. It doesn't mean he can't turn it around, but it just means that when he is hitting the ball, he's pulling it. He's hitting it right to where they expect him to hit it. And now the one last night that died right at the wall, that one I'll give him a pass for. I'm not a complete jackass when it comes to this, but I don't buy into the fact that you see this on Twitter. It really is, it's the number geeks that get invested in all the different numbers because they want to explain away why a team or a player is not playing well. It's bad luck. It's bad luck. This is the only sport where they start talking about bad luck. And I don't buy it. Because for years and years and years, you never pointed to luck. You pointed to the back of a guy's baseball card. If a guy goes out and throws 3 interceptions, is that bad luck? It's bad luck, man. He had a really, really good spin rate on that ball. He just thrown it right into the teeth of the defense. No. Do the Dallas Mavericks have bad luck? No, they got their guts stomped out by a superior Boston Celtics team. Hoping Sean is watching, because I know he was talking a lot of smack about the Celtics. And the closest thing I could come to wearing Celtics today is I wore my green leprechaun, or my green St. Patty's Day hat for the Boston Celtics who won their 18th championship. Ha! Ha! But anyways, the point is I can't continue to buy this narrative on Twitter that you see constantly about how it's bad luck and it's bad luck and no, it's not bad luck. Same thing they were saying about Riley. Well, Riley got straight when he had the long conversation with his old batting coach. Unfortunately, the gentleman passed away this weekend. So you do wonder going forward, selfishly as a Braves fan, well, the next time Riley struggles, who's he going to turn to? Because evidently that was his guy. And he spent time with him in Baltimore when he was having the struggles and came right out of it. So Riley's going to have to figure that out on his own. But the point is, it wasn't, he's having bad luck. No, he talked about his mechanics. He was just off a tick. Well, so tonight I'm going to go with, I'm going to let you listen to Ozzy real quick, but I'm going to, well, you know what? Let me play Ozzy real quick, and then I'll give you my pick to click. I got lucky last night. He came through with the home run, the game-winning home run. Ozzy was the pick to click last night. He definitely earned the game ball. But this is Ozzy Albies this afternoon getting ready for the game.
So special about Jesse. To me, he's the best. pitchers and he's a veteran guy. He's just overall, he brings in positive energy.
What are certain characteristics of his personality that you think lead to his success on the field?
You know, you've got to have fun to play the game and enjoy every moment. I think that's what he does. He does best out there. You see him, he knows care of what he was taking care of. And he gives himself a hand clap after he gets it. Jump on every night. And how much is it to do that from the left side? Oh, in general, great for the team. You know, we score a lot in every game.
Those clutch moments. He's a great player. He has tons of speed, and he can swing the bat really well. So special that he got the hit right there to score rally, and then to help us get the W.
How has the mood in the room changed maybe over the last 5 days?
Oh, totally changed when you're winning. It's a different energy when you win than when you lose a game.
Max says that your energy really doesn't change, though, when you guys are losing. Do you kind of take it upon yourself when you guys are going through rough patches to remain the same guy, the upbeat, happy-go-lucky guy that Braves fans have come to know you as?
Yes, the game is an up-and-down game, and you got to stay positive, and mentally you got to stay ready and stay strong. Just play hard, and that's what we do.
Do you feel like that has an ability to rub off on your teammates now that you've been here a long time to take that as a leadership role?
Yeah, that's what we do. Like I said, that's what help us, win games after tough series when we don't win games. And like I said, we got to stay positive no matter what, and come tomorrow for a new day and do our job.
How do you and the other veterans welcome, younger guys like Forrest or like Grant Holmes? Like, what is that like to try to make them feel welcome?
Oh, to know what they got to do, be on time and be early and play the game hard. That's all what, Snit always tell us. And if there is something that not supposed to be done a certain way, we just take care of it together, and that's it.
Okay, I'm hoping that fixes the problem, the audio issue. Do apologize. When we lost the power for whatever reason, yeah, it's fixed. I appreciate it, Brian. Look it out. When we lose the power, this app automatically changes the settings. I don't know why it doesn't. It's just the glitch that is in the app. But I appreciate Brian letting me know that the mic wasn't on. So the short of it, if you couldn't make out what I was saying, was hey, first of all, suck it, Sean. Celtics won the championship. And the other thing is, I'm not buying into this narrative that everything is bad luck. When you're when you're not even hitting your weight, that's not bad luck. Not when you're talking about being almost halfway through the season, right? So at some point, you got to look at your card at the numbers on your card, and you can't keep pointing to the baseball because everybody else in the league is playing with the same baseball. They're not shipping special baseballs to Atlanta, right? Or special baseballs to, we'll say, Yankee Stadium when the Braves go to New York. The Braves are going to have to play with the same kind of fire. And I do believe one of the biggest issues that they had during all these guys, I'm not pointing to one particular guy. I'm not picking on Duvall. But when you're not selective in your pitches, and it happens a lot when you get in these slumps, you kind of you're pressing, or as one of the terms that they've always used is squeezing the bat handle too hard, right? And you're trying to overcorrect. Well, at some point you got to figure out, because if you don't figure it out, I guarantee you someone else will, and they'll take your job. But I do believe Atlanta. I think that probably got marbled in the audio earlier. I do think Atlanta's going to make a move sooner than later. I don't think you can wait until August 1st to make a move for at least one bat. You can live with not making your big splash, but you got to bring something in, because the combination of Duvall and Brian Anderson and Laureano, that ain't going to do it. It's not going to cut it. You're not going to get the offense that you're used to getting. And at that point, you're going to put a lot of stress on your rotation and your bullpen. Okay. Pick to click tonight. Look, I do think they can get to this Casey Mize. he was a top prospect not too long ago. But one thing that when I went through his stats and whatnot, the biggest thing that you see with him, he puts ducks on the pond. He also does not have a very high strikeout rate. So the Braves ought to be able to get to this guy. They really should. He's got a 4.43 ERA, and he pitches in a pitcher's park. So give me the Braves to put up a big number tonight. Let's say the Braves are going to go out there and score 8 runs, and we're going to win this one. Schwellenbach's on the bump. I'm not expecting a great shutdown performance, but give me the Braves to win this one 8-4 and pick to click. I took Ozzie last night. I don't want to be lazy and pick that same general. I took Kid Kelnick earlier in the weekend. Let me go ahead and go with Riley. Is very tempting, but I'm going to go with give me Travis d'Arnaud. Travis d'Arnaud behind the plate tonight. I think he's got a good chance to get a couple of knocks, and he's been swinging the bat well when he's gotten a chance to play. I'd like to see him get more at bats. But anyways, we'll be back in a flash. First pitch is on the way. Pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Let's get it.
Drink like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it. The fact that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same 3 criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right, down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-1 lead. She's gone, baby.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have, and the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Breen. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball!
Down a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia, where we're set to bring you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing center field for the Detroit Tigers, it's Matt Vierling. 9 home runs, 30 RBI, batting .257. Perez is in right field and batting second. 3 home runs, 17 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .258. Batting third, playing left, Riley Green. 14 home runs, 37 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .254. Batting cleanup and playing first, Mark Kanya. 6 homers, 29 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .249. Batting fifth and playing third, Gio Urshela. 2 home runs, 18 RBI, batting .279. Colton Keith is playing second and batting sixth. A .227 average with 20 RBI, 3 home runs, and 3 stolen bases. The designated hitter and batting seventh, Malloy. 176 average, 2 home runs, 5 RBI. McKinstry is at shortstop and batting eighth. He has 1 home run, 8 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .183. Behind home plate and batting ninth, it's Carson Kelly. 3 home runs, 15 RBI, batting .242. On the mound for the Detroit Tigers tonight, it's Casey Mize. The young right-hander is 1-4 with a 4.43 ERA. A 1.46 whip, 65 innings pitched, 76 hits allowed, 43 strikeouts, 19 walks, and 6 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with rookie Spencer Schwellenbach. Schwell is 0-2 with a 6.32 ERA. A 1.34 whip, 15 2/3 innings, 16 hits, 12 strikeouts, 5 walks, and 2 home runs given up. Backing up Spencer in the bottom of the first inning, it's Kid Kelnick patrolling center field. He's leading off with a .267 average, 6 home runs, 18 RBI, 2 stolen bases. Batting second, playing second, Ozzie Albies, 5 home runs, 33 RBI, 4 stolen bases, and batting .260. Batting third, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. He has a .321 average, 62 RBI, and 20 home runs. Batting cleanup and playing first, Matt Olson, 11 home runs, 38 RBI, batting .258. Batting fifth, playing third, Austin Riley, a .243 average, 6 home runs, 28 RBI. Behind home plate and batting sixth, it's Travis d'Arnaud, .245 average with 6 home runs and 22 RBI. Batting seventh and playing right, Adam Duvall. Duvie has a .168 batting average with 6 home runs and 18 RBI. Batting eighth and playing left field, it's Forrest Wall. He's 1 for 4 on the season with the game-tying RBI last night. And batting ninth and playing short, it's Orlando Arcia. The Magic Kingdom is batting .224, 6 home runs, and 22 RBI. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, Tony Randazzo. First base will be manned by Jeremy Riggs. Your second base umpire, Dan Bellino. And down the third base line, it's Phil Cousy. Atlanta Braves come in at 39-31 on the air, 22-13 at home. Tigers are 34-38, 18-19 on the road. Your Atlanta Braves are -170 on the money line. The over-under is 9.5. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. It's Braves, Tigers, Game 2 of a 3-game set. Your Atlanta Braves look to win the series tonight and set up a possible sweep in tomorrow's matinee. You got the corn cob emoji for the Husker Schwellenbach for you Country Club members. So warm up those chop arms, Country Club. Braves Country, get your game face on.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Welcome in, Braves Country. We are set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves Country. The first pitch on the way from Schwellenbach is off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0, righty-righty, pitch on the way, swing and fouls it back. It's 1-1. They made a correction just before first pitch. Duvall is in right field. So I don't know why they jotted it down differently or where the mistake was, but he is in right field. The 1-1. Slider out wide, 2-1. I thought it was odd because Forrest Wall's not known for his arm. So a 2-1 count. Schwellenbach, fourth pitch of the night. Swing and a miss. Cutter on the outer edge. It's 2-2. We'll hit roll call here in a second, trying to find a spot to break into it. Braves nothing, Tigers nothing. Top of the first inning. The 2-2 swung on, pops it back foul. So a 2-2 count. Righty, righty. The pitch on the way. Kicks and fires. Caught! Looking strike three. 97 right down the track. One away. Good pitch. Man, he had that one humming. So one down. Schwellenbach. First pitch on the way to Perez is a curveball up top for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty lefty. Braves infield is back into the right. The 0-1. Splitter down and away. 1-1. The 1-1 from Schwellenbach. Rips and fires. Swing. That ball's hit hard on the ground, but right to Ozzie Albies. It's going to be a 4-3 put out. Ozzie to Olson, 2 down. We're going to get the Schwellenbach emoji here in 1 second. We had the issue with the weather, and when it crashed the internet and everything else that went on, a little behind in getting that done. We'll get it here in 1 second, though. So 2 down. Riley Green coming to the plate. First pitch on the way is a sinker on the outer edge. 95 miles an hour. Just misses. 1-0. Green, 14 home runs on the year. The 1-0 to the left-handed bat of Riley Green is outside wide. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Schwell comes set. Turns and kicks. Swing, chop foul in between home and behind home plate. So a 2-1 count. Double check and make sure we got that emoji kicking here in 1 second. The 2-1. Right there on the outer edge, splitter 2-2. If he's going to get that call, he could be in for a pretty good night. So a 2-2 count. 2 down. Schwell lets her go. Down below the knees, trying to get him to chase that slider. Ball 3, 3-2. Braves nothing, Tigers nothing. The payoff pitch from Schwellenbach. Lets her go. Swing. Fouls it straight back. 92 up top. Cutter will do it again with a full count. So a full count. The payoff pitch on the way from Schwell. Swing. Fouls it away. 96. Man, they're having a battle, aren't they? You had a full count. Schwellenbach comes set. They set up inside. Here's the delivery. Down below the knees, ball 4. So a good at bat there by Riley Green. He'll head on down to first with 2 outs here in the top of the first. You don't really hate the fact that he didn't give in on that at bat. You would have loved to seen a 1-2-3 inning, but don't necessarily hate the fact that he didn't give in. So the right-handed Mark Kanya comes to the plate. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way to Mark is 95 on the inner cut. It's 0-1. Kanya playing first base tonight. 6 home runs on the year, a 249 average, and a 734 OPS. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Slider on the outer edge. It's 0-2. Good pitch. So an 0-2. Kanya's going to take his time out real quick. Braves nothing. Tigers nothing. Top of the first inning. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Schwellenbach's got him 2 Ks. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. At Fenway Park, which is the home of the Boston Red Sox, there is a lone red seat in the right field bleachers. The seat signifies the longest home run ever hit in the ballpark. The home run was hit by Ted Williams in 1946 and was officially measured at 502 feet. In 1985, third baseman Mike Schmidt criticized his own Philly fans for booing him by calling them uncontrollable and beyond help. Once he got back to Philadelphia, he was scared the fans would throw stuff at him on the field, so he decided to wear an outfit of a wig and sunglasses. If you ever want to break into Randy Johnson's house, you might want to think again. When being interviewed about gun violence in 1995, Johnson was quoted as saying, "I don't own a gun, but I keep a bag of baseballs near our bed. If someone breaks in, they better be wearing a batting helmet because I'm going to throw at their head."
Baseball is good, an honorable profession, a great challenge. It has blessed me, I blessed it, and it has blessed our country. Branch Rickey.
He was born on an Ohio farm in 1881 and named Wesley Branch Rickey for John Wesley, the founder of his family's Methodist faith. He was a pious, hard-working boy who memorized scripture, taught himself Greek, Latin, and algebra, and promised his mother never to drink or swear or violate the Sabbath. But he was mad about baseball, learned to play in the backyard with a ball stitched by his mother, followed every move of the Cincinnati Reds, and became a good enough catcher with the Duck Run, Ohio team to consider a professional career. Still, the game was not a proper livelihood for a God-fearing young man, and so he abandoned baseball to teach school in Turkey Creek, Ohio. But Branch Rickey would one day become what one sports writer called the most original mind and the best organizer the game has ever produced. And in 1947, he would help make baseball, in truth, what it had always claimed to be, the national pastime.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Kid Kelnick is a fastball high and inside. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Casey Mize, 1-4 with a 4.43 ERA, a 1.46 whip. Opponent batting average, that's the one that jumps out at you, 2.89. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Splitter off the edge, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Pitch on the way, swung on. That ball is roasted up the middle, and it is a single for Kid Kelnick to get us started here in the bottom of the first inning. So 1 on, nobody out. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies. It's just outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Lifts and fires. 87 well off the plate wide. Ball 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Lets her go. Swing. Fouls it away. Slider. Fouls it back. It's 2-1. Ozzie Albies, of course, if you were with us last night, had the game-winning home run, RBI, solo shot in the bottom of the 8th. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on, banged foul down the third base line. Kid Kelnick had taken off towards second base. The ball was fouled away, so we'll do it again. He has shown the ability to take off and steal some bags. Not quite the base runner that Acuna is, but pretty darn good speed. The 2-2. Swing. Rattles that foul off the mask of Carson Kelly. You may remember Kelly. He started his career with the Arizona Diamondbacks. So 1 on, nobody out. The 2-2 count. Mize comes set. Lifts and fires. Swing, and that ball sliced down the right field line. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Kid Kelnick is hauling it from first all the way home. Here comes the throw. He is safe! A triple, RBI triple for the Wiz.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and nobody beats me.
Smokes that one into the corner. Casey Mize. Off the rip. In trouble with 1 in. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna is banged foul down the third base line. It's 0-1. Runner at third, 1 out. The infield is in just before the grass. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it down the line, out of play. So an 0-2 count. Having some connection issues with the app itself, so hopefully that doesn't continue. The 0-2 pitch on the way to Marcell. Swing, and that ball's hammered into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. That's going to be another run, and your Atlanta Braves are up 2-0, baby. Pitches are getting just way too much of the plate, and the Braves' bats are not missing. So 2-0 your score. One on, nobody out. First pitch to Olsen. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1. Kicks and fires down below the knees. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Mize comes set the pitch. Swing, fouls it back. Out of play, it's 1-2. Braves 2, Tigers nothing. If you're just joining us, Kelnick with a single, Ozzie with an RBI triple, and Ozuna with an RBI single. The 1-2 to Olsen, down below the knees, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. The infield is back and to the right. They're looking for a double play. There's a huge hole on the left. The 2-2. Swung on, fouled back out of play. Do it again. The shortstop for Detroit could not be closer to second base. That's as far over as he can go legally. The 2-2 pitch to Olsen. Swing. That ball's chopped over back towards the mound. Mize has it, flips it to first, but on the play, Marcell Ozuna goes first to second, so he's in scoring position.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
All right, time for roll call. First pitch on the way to Austin Riley is a swing and a miss on the slider. It's 0-1. Good evening, Country Club members. We've got the GOAT. We've got Willis Mathis. We got Nathaniel Cook. Gary McCoy, the 0-1 pitch, swung on, rattled foul off the leg of the catcher. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. We've got Charlie Pittman, Mark Ricardo. The 0-2 pitch up top. Good take, 96. Missed the zone, 1-2. Edward Spry. Brian Andrews. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, and that ball's lifted in towards center field, but it's going to be a soft liner into the second baseman's glove. Keith standing right there on the play, 2 down. F4 if you're scoring at home. Good evening, AY. Think that's all the country club members that I've got in here. Also, good evening to Underwater, Grandma King, Mr. Woodrow, John. What else do we have in here? Margaret. First pitch on the way to Travis d'Arnaud. It swung on. That ball's lifted to right field. Sliding catch into right field will end the inning by Perez. But out for your Atlanta Braves. Put 2 on the board. It's 2-0. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I woke up sexy as hell again today.
Hey, Braves Country. Braves Country is bringing you Braves Country Baseball. Braves Country comes to you every week. Hi, I'm Mac Magee, and we'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch of your Atlanta Braves. It's free to listen. Please like and subscribe. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Braves Country Baseball for the fans, by the fans.
I do not wake up feeling like $1,000,000. I, in fact, wake up feeling like insufficient funds.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. The legendary Derek Jeter holds a pretty impressive record. He's played the most games at one defensive position without ever playing another, with 2,674 games at shortstop. Hall of Famer Jim Palmer is arguably the best Orioles pitcher ever. He had the most wins in the 70s and was remarkably good at limiting homers. Over his 19-year career in the league, Palmer never gave up a grand slam or allowed back-to-back home runs. Herman Long was a shortstop who played at the turn of the 20th century who set a record in 1889. The record he set was the most errors in a single season with 122, which he accomplished in just 136 games. For reference, the most errors by a player in 2021 was only 24.
1889. If I cannot get my release, I must protect myself in another way. I'm over 40 and my fielding ain't so good, though I can still hit some. But I will say this, no man is going to sell my carcass unless I get half. Deacon White, Pittsburgh Alleghenies.
There was a time when the National League stood for integrity and fair dealing. Today it stands for dollars and cents. Once it looked to the elevation of the game and an honest exhibition of the sport. Today its eyes are on the turnstile. Players have been bought, sold, and exchanged as though they were sheep instead of American citizens. John Montgomery Ward.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Schwellenbach goes back to work. The first pitch on the way, 94 out wide. It's 1-0. We've got Mr. Woodrow, Red Rum. Duck Mac, I think is it, from Arkansas. The 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1. Might be butchering that, I do apologize. Pablo Cesar. The 1-1. Righty, pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 92 cutter. 1-2. Travis. Good to see you. The 1-1 count. 1-2 count, excuse me. Pitch on the way. Swung on. That ball's laced right at the glove of Ozzie Albies. What a way. 4-3 in your scorecard. Did see that we had a country club member added today. First pitch on the way from Schwellenbach to Keith is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Swing, and that ball's laced into right field. That is down for a base hit. 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the second. Braves lead it 2-0. Had to refresh my screen, so I'm trying to figure out where I'm at here. I do apologize if I've missed anybody. One on, one out. Kicks and fires. 93 outside wide. Just misses out of the zone. Malloy, the batter. We talked about him last night. Played his college ball at Georgia Tech. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Slider over the top. 1-1. Welcome to the Country Club Pablo via the GOAT. I think I'm all caught up. If I missed anything, y'all just shoot it into the chat. The 1-1 pitch. Just below the knees. 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Righty, the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Nice cutter, 2-2. Schwellenbach really starting to look good here. So a 2-2. Pitch on the way, swung on, chopped foul down the third base line. Just got a piece of that slider. Do it again, 2-2. Tony Randazzo is your home plate umpire if you missed the intro. Jeremy Riggs is at first. The 2-2 pitch, swung on, chopped foul once again. Curveball this time towards third base dugout. 2-2. Dan Bellino is the second base umpire, and down the third base line, it's Phil Cousy. The 2-2 pitch from Schwell. Swung on, pops it up. High in the sky, coming in, closing in on it is Duval. He'll make the catch, 2 away. Two down. McKinstry, the shortstop, will come to the plate. McKinstry hitting 183 on the year. First pitch on the way, 92 up top, four-seam fastball. 0-1. You'll see, I can't believe he is throwing regularly 7 different pitches, Schwellenbach is. The 0-1 pitch, just outside wide. Did he go around? Third base umpire Phil Cousy says, yeah, I got dinner plans. That's a strike. It's 0-2. Four-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, a cutter. Those are the 4 main pitches you'll see from Schwell. He'll even mix in a change, a split. As the 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the splitter, and that'll end the inning. Very, very rare. I forgot to mention the sinker as well. Very rare that a young pitcher has 7 different pitches. We'll be back in a flash.
Bo body. What does the first B stand for?
What are we doing?
We're making acronyms. Okay, what does the first B stand for?
Business.
I like it.
We need a new manager.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known, Part 18. Kirk Gibson walking off Game 1 of the 1988 World Series is one of the most iconic home runs of all time. Despite how famous the play is, nobody knows where the home run ball itself is located. The bat, helmet, and jersey from that moment are all accounted for, but the ball has seemingly disappeared. Camden Yards is where the Baltimore Orioles play their home games. The ballpark was actually built very close to where Babe Ruth was born. In fact, Ruth's father allegedly owned a pub exactly where center field is today. Kevin Youkilis is known for having a very interesting batting stance. He's also known for working a lot of walks and having a great mindset at the plate. Over his 10-year career, he had 297 plate appearances that went to a 3-0 count, and every single time he didn't swing the bat.
Armchair.
New York Giants second baseman John Montgomery Ward was a rarity among players, a graduate of the Columbia Law School. And in an age when workers everywhere were struggling to win their rights, he was willing to take on the club owners on their own terms. Ward publicly denounced the reserve clause, which now kept every player from deciding for himself where he wished to play and forced him to accept whatever wage his owner was willing to pay.
There is now no escape for the player. If he attempts to elude the operation of the rule, he becomes at once a professional outlaw, and the hand of every club is against him. Like a fugitive slave law, the reserve clause denies him a harbor or a livelihood and carries him back bound and shackled to the club from which he attempted to escape. We have, then, the curious result of a contract which on its face is for 7 months, being binding for life. John Montgomery Ward.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Duvall takes the first pitch, slider up top for a ball from Casey Mize, his 24th pitch of the night. It's 1-0. The 1-0, swing, fouls it straight back. It's 1-1. A 1-1 count. Braves 2. Tigers nothing, bottom of the second inning. Duvall batting 168. The 1-1 swing, chopped over to third. It's going to be an easy 5-3 put out, or no, a bad throw. Duvall up the line. See how they score that. He might get a friendly infield single. It definitely should have been an error, but we'll see how they score that. Urshela had plenty of time and just kind of lollygagged it, and it was a wide throw. Kenya had to come off the bag so it didn't head towards the dugout. First pitch on the way to Forrest Wall. He drops down a bunt, baby. And, oh, baby, baby, baby. Forrest Wall down first base line with an infield single.
Forrest, run! Run, Forrest!
That boy sure is a running fool.
Forrest Wall drops a perfectly placed infield single bunt. Man, I've missed that kind of baseball. Don't see that much anymore. First and second, nobody out. First pitch on the way to Arcia is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. Orlando batting .224 on the year. The 0-1. Swing. Pops it up. Back out of play. 0-2. Standing on deck is Kelnick. Ozzie in the hole. The 0-2. Kicks and fires. Curveball in the dirt. Knuckle curve. Good take by Orlando, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Runners at first and second, nobody out. The pitch from Mize. Way outside wide, 2-2. Tried to get him to chase a slider, but that one was in the next area code. So a 2-2 count. Deuces wild, bottom of the second, 2-2. 2 on. Braves lead 2-0. The pitch. Swung on, bang foul down the third base line. Do it again, 2-2. 99 mile an hour. They're trying to call that a sinker. That ball was up around his eyeballs. So a 2-2. Mize comes set. Pitch on the way. Swing. That ball's chopped foul down the third base line. Do it again, 2-2. Deuces wild once again, up 2-0. The 2-2 count, 2 on. Nobody out. The pitch. Swing. Lifts it high. Not very deep. Lazy fly ball into center field. Chase that one off the edge. It'd be an easy fly ball. F8 in your scorecard. One away. Out-of-town scoreboard looks like this real quick. Cincinnati leads Pittsburgh 2-0 in the 6th in Pittsburgh. Seattle 5-1 over Cleveland in the 4th. Philadelphia 1-0 over San Diego. That game is in the 4th. Arizona 2-0 over Washington in the 4th. First pitch on the way to Kelenic is outside wide for a strike. It's 0-1. Yankees lead the Orioles 1-0 in the 2nd. Much anticipated series AL East battle. Toronto 2-1 over Boston, the 0-1. That one is called for a ball, 1-1. All the other games have yet to begin. In the College World Series, Florida State knocked off UNC. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss over the top. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Runners at first and second. 1 out. Kelenic. Swing. Pops it up. Back foul and out of play. We'll do it again. Really like to see Atlanta get something out of this. I mean, first and second, nobody out. The 1-2. High and inside, 2-2. Braves lead it 2-0. Bottom of the 2nd inning. Righty-lefty matchup. Kelenic digs in the pitch. Down below the knees. Good take. 3-2. Last night that would have been a strike called when Kuzi was behind the plate, but Randazzo seems to have a little better hold on the strike zone. So a full count, the payoff pitch. Swing! And a miss, strike 3. Slider got him. Down and in. 2 away. Just could not time that one up. It was definitely in the zone. So 2 on, 2 out, and now it'll be up to Ozzie Albies again. Ozzie hit a triple his first time up. First pitch on the way. Outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty-lefty. Pitch on the way. Swing. Pops it up. Is that going to stay in play, bending over towards the third base dugout? It does not. 1-1. Good evening to some people I think we missed. Good evening, Willis. What you talking about, Willis? We got pushing buttons in the chat. Denise. William. Thought I said, yeah, Shelly. Good evening to all. If we haven't said hello to you yet, just hit us up in the chat. The 1-1 to Ozzie inside. He has to kind of back out of the way. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-1. So a 2-1 count. You got to figure, even as though Ozzie's done some damage in this series, they don't want to face Ozuna with bases loaded. The 2-1 swung on, pop back foul, do it again, 2-2. So deuces wild here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. 2 on, 2 out. Braves lead 2-0. The number 2 hitter, Ozzie Albies, standing at the plate. May want to hit the Powerball with the number 2 tonight. The 2-2. Outside wide, ball 3. So a full count, which means everybody will be on the move. You got speed on the base pads. You got speed at the plate. Good evening, Charlie. David S. Thought I saw David in here. Ozzie takes his timeout. Bases loaded. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. The payoff pitch. Runners go. Swung on. That ball is knocked over towards third base. It's going to dribble just foul. It's kind of, if you're a tennis fan, it looked almost like a drop shot He got the back end of it and just kind of cut it, but it spun just wide of the third base bag just before it got to the bag. If that stays fair, Duvall would have beat it to the bag. So we'll do it again. The payoff pitch from Mize is 48th. The runners go. Swing! And that ball's laced down the right field line, but foul. Ozzie will be seeing a ton of pitches his first two at-bats. Wind blowing towards right field. At game time, it was about 8 miles an hour. The payoff pitch. Swing! And that ball's laced down the left field line once again. Braves 2, Tigers nothing. Ozzie looking to try to bust this one open. I think Duvall's getting quite the workout, having to run back and forth between second and third. The payoff pitch to Ozzie. Swing! Fouls that one away. You have to get an oxygen mask for Adam Duvall. He looks like he's sucking BBs right now. Not that he's in bad shape, but man, he's ran several times. And after that one that was so goofy that would have been a close play at 30, he probably feels like he's got to really go. Runners first and second, 2 outs. The payoff pitch. Runners go. Swing! Chops that foul down the line again. So a 3-2 count. With the pitch clock involved, you can't even take your time to go back. Duvall at second. Mize is going to step off the mound for a second. Guarantee you Duvall and Forrest Wall are appreciating that right now. 2-0, 2 outs, bottom of the second, the payoff pitch. Swing, pops that back foul again. We'll do it again. This is going to be the 12th pitch of the at-bat, but more importantly, this will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be the 7th consecutive 3-2 where the runners have had to go. Maybe 7 is the charm. The payoff pitch. Swing! That ball's chopped over towards first. That's foul. We'll do it again. So a 3-2 count. This will be the 13th pitch of the at-bat. The payoff pitch. Swing! That ball's lifted high and deep into center field, going back on the track, dying at the warning track to end the inning. Man, Ozzie Albies had a fight on his hand, but I think Duvall might deserve the game ball just after all those runs.
I'm not crazy. I'm sorry, I didn't even believe that.
How you doing?
Hi, sir. I would like to look at your most expensive Hank Aaron card, please.
Got just the one. Only 4 in circulation, $31,000.
Oh, well, that's very, very fine. Yeah. Let me look at your least expensive Hank Aaron card, please.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Stan Musial is one of the most underrated players of all time. He had 3,630 hits, which puts him 4th on the all-time list. But weirdly enough, Stan the Man had exactly 1,815 hits at home and exactly 1,815 hits on the road.
In Spanish?
Yes.
Gracias todos para los... I don't know how to say compliments.
No?
Compliments.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
So, who else hates it when you get up on a Monday morning?
Although the first World Series had been a huge success, the reputation of the game continued to suffer as brawling fans drove away paying customers. Now, Van Johnson ordered his American League owners to have their stadiums patrolled to keep rowdiness down. Players and managers, as well as fans, were expected to behave.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way from Schwellenbach is high and out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 from Schwell. Swing and a miss. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Righty. Carson Kelly, the batter, swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. 1-2. Kelly, and then the leadoff hitter Veerling, number 2 hitter Perez due up. Schwellenbach, 40th pitch of the night, brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Swell of a good pitch there. The Cornhusker is bringing it tonight. Man, has he got that bender going. So 1 down, top of the order, comes back to the plate here in the top of the 3rd inning. First pitch on the way. Cutter right there for a strike on the inner part of the plate. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on, chopped foul off the plate. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Braves 2, Tigers nothing. Schwell swung on, banged over to short. RC has got it, fires it over to first, and it's a 6-3 put out. 1 away. Aaron Judge, I believe, just got hit by a pitch. They're checking on his hand right now. We all know how that dude's made of glass. that may be a wrap. First pitch on the way to Perez. He tries to drop his own infield single bunt down. He bangs it foul down the third base line. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on. That ball's laced towards right field, and Adam Duvall's getting a workout tonight. He makes that catch on the run, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We'll grab the bats. The heart of your Atlanta Braves order coming up.
On the subject of this service, what is your opinion of war protesters, and would you today refuse to be drafted?
Honey, I just seem to keep my own personal views about that to myself, because I'm just an entertainer, and I'd really not say.
Do you think other entertainers should keep their views to themselves too?
No, I can't even say that.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Clayton Kershaw is without a doubt a Hall of Famer. In Kershaw's family, he had a great uncle named Clyde Tombaugh. He was an astronomer who, over 100 years ago, discovered the planet Pluto. For those who don't know, eye black is a black adhesive that is used by players to limit glare from the sun. But did you know that none other than Babe Ruth allegedly invented it? Around the 1930s, Ruth was getting distracted by the sun, so he put some black grease under his eyes, and the rest is history.
John Joseph McGraw, player-manager of the contentious Baltimore Orioles, had been one of the first National Leaguers to jump to the American League in 1901. But he had not liked it there. He could not bear to have anyone tell him how to play the game. When McGraw refused to stop the constant abuse of umpires, for which he was infamous, Johnson suspended him. McGraw never forgave Johnson. He returned to the National League as manager of the New York Giants, a job he would hold for 31 years, leading his team to 10 pennants and ending in the first division 28 times. No one made a move on the field without his consent. McGraw was said once to have fined a player for hitting a home run that drove in 2 runs because he had ordered him to bunt. The main idea, John McGraw said, is to win. When McGraw won the National League pennant in 1904, he took an especially sweet revenge on Ban Johnson. Rather than have anything to do with the league that had suspended him, he simply refused to play the Boston Pilgrims for the championship. There was no World Series in 1904.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Y'all asking about Aaron Judge. He stayed in the game. He keeps flexing that hand. He got hit in the hand with the pitch. First pitch on the way to Ozuna is right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. He's standing on third, but he keeps flexing his it looks like it's his left wrist. The 0-1 to Ozuna. 97 out wide, 1-1. I'm mainly invested because he's in one of my Dynasty Baseball leagues. He's on one of my teams, and I'm like, man, the 1-1, high and inside, 2-1. But, you know, when you draft Judge, you take that risk. So a 2-1 count to Ozuna. Righty, the pitch on the way. Inside 97, did not get the call. Ball 3-1. Tell you someone who I did get a steal on. I got Marcell Ozuna late in that league. The 3-1, kicks and fires, swing and a miss. Chase that slider well off the plate, 3-2. Marcel's going to take his time out. That man's got to get that. I voted again today, and I voted him for the All-Star game. The 3-2 pitch, swing, fouls it back, out of play. 98, might have been a touch off the plate, but too close to take. Braves 2, Tigers nothing. The payoff pitch swung on, hit hard on the ground. Scooped up by the shortstop, McKinstry. He leaps to his feet, fires it over to first, and it's a 6-3 put out. 1 away. Pretty good at bat. Pretty good battle there by Ozuna. Good range by McKinstry going to his left. Had to slide to make the play and then fired it up. Leaping to his feet. Kind of reminds me of an old Dansby Swanson type play. First pitch on the way to Olsen is a knuckle curve in there for a strike. Just kisses the inside black. It's 0-1. The 0-1 rips and fires outside wide. Splitter misses, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. The pitch in the dirt, slider missing well below the zone, 2-1. Home plate umpire Randazzo discards the ball, gets the new one out there. A 2-1 count, righty lefty pitch on the way, swing, and that ball's belted down the right field side, but plenty foul, 2-2. Braves 2, Tigers nothing. Last thing you want to do is let them hang around. Really feel like we missed a couple opportunities to get a few more runs on the board already. Casey Mize, 65 pitches in, the 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Four-seam fastball, about letter high, just blew it right by him, 2 away. Two down. Austin Riley comes to the plate. He's been red hot of recent. First pitch on the way. Swing, fouls back the four-seam fastball. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Riley lined out in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Batting just .242, but has doubled his home run total in the past 4 days. Now with 6 on the year. The 0-1 to Riley. Righty, the pitch. Swing and a miss. The rake missed that one well inside. 0-2. You got an 0-2 count. The 0-2 pitch, high and inside. Austin Riley bending back out of the way. The 1-2 pitch, swing, fouls it back. Fighting off that slider, we'll do it again, 1-2. Mize at 70 pitches here in the third inning. To give you an idea where you want to be at the end of the third, you want to be around 45. So he may not be long for this game. Yankees have taken a 3-0 lead against Baltimore. The 1-2 pitch up top just misses. Man, that was close to take. 2-2. The 2-2 to Riley. Man, they tried to get him with that slider again. This time he held up. Ball 3-2. About a week ago, he's chasing that thing off the edge. Travis d'Arnaud stands on deck. The rake with the full count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. The pitch. Swing. That ball's roasted up the middle and through the wicket of the second baseman. Man, that was a hot shot. Colton Keith could not hold on to it. See how they rule that. That ball came scalding off the bat of Riley. I'd say that's probably an error. We've had some questionable calls. We get home cooking, we'll just put it that way from time to time. So Austin Riley stands at first. First pitch on the way to Travis d'Arnaud. Swung on, banged over to third, and d'Arnaud dives, slaps the bag. Is he out? They said they got him. Man, that was a close play. Great hustle and attempt by d'Arnaud. That'll end the inning. Braves put one on but cannot score. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
All right, you're going to head down Thurber all the way to the stop sign, and then you're going to get onto Willett.
I do live here, but I don't know a single street name in this development. I know the street that I live on, and then any street off of that means nothing to me.
Head north.
Okay, immediately, no. I don't know where north is.
Northwest.
Just give me the address, then I'll type it into my phone.
You got a map?
No, I don't have a paper map.
You have one of those giant maps I could unfurl and point?
I have a map on my phone.
Do you have a globe? You're going to go south on North Street, and then it's going to be 2,000 more meters, and you're there.
Why are you doing meters? Also, again, with the cardinal directions.
Wind is strong, so I would stay off 480.
I'm not driving a boat.
You're going to want to avoid 34. There's going to be traffic.
Avoid the highway?
It's going to be quicker, but you're going to want to avoid it.
Okay, so I punched that in, and the directions are telling me to go a completely opposite way.
That's probably going to take you on like 480.
Yeah.
Nah, you can't trust that.
Why do you not trust your phone with navigation? All of your emails are spam, and you respond to all of them. You trust it then, but you choose not to when it's with
How did you get
do
my
not come in the
email?
car.
I'm going to print out the 8-page directions on MapQuest for you. I'll be right back.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Ted Williams, when he passed away, parts of his family claimed that he wanted to be put into a state of biostasis through being cryogenically frozen. So, surgeons decapitated Williams, froze his body in a giant cylinder, and froze his head in a steel can. This was done with the hope that one day he could be revived from the dead.
August 3rd, 1903. To the editor, it makes sense to teach a child to play chess. But what is the point of a crazy game like baseball? Here in educated America, adults play baseball. They run after a leather ball like children. I want my boy to grow up to be a mensch, not a wild American runner.
Dear sir,
Let your boy play baseball and play it well, so long as it does not interfere with his education or get him into bad company. Let us not so raise the children that they should grow up foreigners in their own birthplace.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Schwellenbach comes back to the bump. First pitch, fires it outside, 92 miles an hour, misses. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty, lefty. Riley Green walked his first time up, takes the 1-0 pitch. Splitter for a strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Swing. Chops. It's a comebacker to the mound. Schwellenbach's got it. 1-3 put out. One away. One down, and that'll bring Mark Kenya, the right-handed batter, first baseman, 6 home runs on the year, up to the dish. Schwellenbach brings it, hits him inside. Got him right on the hip. Man, that's going to smart. Four-seam fastball. I think he got lucky. I think he actually hit his belt. You couldn't get much luckier than that because that is right in that area where you could get a busted hip. Number of complications. He's smiling, saying it must have just grazed his belt. First pitch on the way to Urshela is right down the pipe for a strike. It's a slider on the inner edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty. Schwell brings it. Bangs it off his instep. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Schwellenbach. 4 strikeouts on the night. The pitch. Down and away. Try to get him to chase that curve. 1-2. Braves 2, Tigers nothing. The 1-2. Swing, and the ball's laced over to Olsen. A line drive. He turns around and tries to get the runner on the hit, but he just got back in time. Just barely got him. Or missed him, excuse me. First pitch on the way. Schwellenbach hits the batter on the inner cut. Looked like it hit him back leg. Colton Keith. See where it got him. Yeah, oh man, on the shin. Oof. He's two batters in this inning. First pitch on the way from Schwellenbach to Malloy is a curveball. Down and away, swing and a miss, strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Runners at first and second. 2 outs. They set up outside. Swing and a miss. Slider, 0-2. You got an 0-2 count. Schwellenbach at 56 pitches, so we're okay on that front. The 0-2 from Schwell. In the dirt. 1-2. Braves 2, Tigers nothing. Top of the 4th inning. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on. It just got a piece of that to stay alive. Foul tipped it in and out of the glove of Darnode, and then it smacked the ground and got him right in the giblies. Man, this has been a brutal inning for everyone involved. So a 1-2 count. Righty. The pitch. Fastball misses high. 2-2. Braves 2, Tigers nothing. 2 on, 2 out. The 2-2 pitch brings it. Swing, that ball's blasted high and deep into left field, but it'll die just before the warning track. Forrest Wall makes the catch. That'll end the inning. So the Braves dance around danger. The bottom of the order's coming to the plate. Duvall, Forrest, and Arcia.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. How did Mariano Rivera accidentally save the life of one of his teammates? In the 2001 World Series, the Yankees had a 1-run lead against the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the ninth. But in Mariano's second inning of relief, he gave up an RBI double to Tony Womack and a walk-off single to Luis Gonzalez. The planned victory parade in New York was canceled, which meant a change of plans for infielder Enrique Wilson. He was scheduled to leave for his home country of the Dominican Republic 8 days after the World Series, but because the Yankees lost, he moved up his flight a few days. His original plane was American Airlines Flight 587, which ended up crashing and causing the deaths of 265 people. The next year, Rivera talked to Wilson in spring training and told him, "I am glad we lost the World Series because it means that I still have a friend."
My mother always said that she loved to go to church, but not to hear the preacher. She could read her Bible at home, but she could only be in church. And baseball has some of that same sense of peace that has nothing to do with ideology, but simply with ritual, familiarity, small truths, sort of lessons of the day that we're familiar with before, but may get a little more light on them that day.
Welcome back. Adam Duvall. First pitch swinging. He bangs it into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. He stands at first with nobody out. You know what he's thinking. At least no full counts. So 1 on, nobody out, and Forrest Wall, who dropped a bunt last time in this situation, takes one inside. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Tigers have had 2 errors already. Pitch on the way. Swing. That ball's banged foul down the first base side towards the dugout. 1-1. Duvall reached on a throwing error by the third baseman Urshela earlier. The 1-1 pitch just grabs the outer edge. Knuckle curve. 1-2. You had a 1-2 count. Duvall on first. Nobody out. Mize brings it way outside wide, 2-2. The 2-2 kicks and fire, swing and a miss. 96 up top. One away. One down. Bottom of the fourth inning. Orlando Arcia comes to the plate. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Slider down and away. It's 1-0. Braves 2, Tigers nothing. They are starting to stir in the Tigers bullpen. The 1-0 pitch. Swing! That ball's hit back foul. It's 1-1. Way this game started, they're probably thrilled that he's gotten to the fourth inning. The 1-1. Rips and fires. Swing! Swats it foul down the right field line. It's 1-2. You got a 1-2 count. Pitch on the way. Inside. Ball 2, 2-2. Mize comes set. The pitch. Swung on, chopped foul down the third base side. Duvall at first with one out. You got a 2-2 count. Mize brings it. Swing, and that ball's chopped foul down the line, 2-2. You do wonder if he is going to be allowed to see the order a third time through. Top of the order's really had some good swings on him. He's been fortunate to just give up the 2. The 2-2. Swung on, hit hard on the ground, but it's going to be a 6, 4, 3, inning-ending double play. Arcia, struggles continue. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
What did you say to your old teammates at the end there when you were standing in front of the bench?
Take their ass home. Long flight to LA, take y'all ass home.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. How were blue check marks on Twitter partially caused by a baseball manager? Hall of Famer Tony La Russa, when he was managing the Cardinals in 2009, a La Russa impersonator posted something on Twitter that made Tony pretty mad. The troll tweeted, "Lost 2 out of 3, but we made it out of Chicago without one drunk driving incident or dead pitcher." The tweet referenced La Russa's DUIs as well as Darryl Kyle and Josh Hancock, who were 2 Cardinals pitchers who had recently died. The tweet was very offensive, and La Russa, who actually has a law degree, ended up suing Twitter. The case was eventually dropped, but as a result, Twitter introduced verification badges to make sure that the accounts with them were genuine.
It all starts with just one thing. Get to know your local beekeeper. You can make sure they don't use chemicals in the hive, that they only sell surplus honey, plus locally produced honeys have a smaller carbon footprint. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
In 1900, the Giants had taken a huge risk and traded their greatest pitcher, Amos Russi, for a 19-year-old rookie. Russi had 245 wins behind him, and as it turned out, none ahead of him. The Hoosier Thunderbolt went back to digging ditches in Indiana. The rookie had no major league wins when he joined the team, but he had 373 ahead of him. His name was Christy Mathewson.
Matty was without a peer. He had a greater variety of stuff than any pitcher I ever knew or handled. His fastball was the equal of Walter Johnson or Amos Russi's. He had the fadeaway down to perfection, and he utilized his knowledge of batsmen with greater effect than any twirler in the game. He possessed wonderful control, remarkable fielding ability, and was one of the finest sportsmen the game has ever known.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Braves lead it 2-0. First pitch on the way from Schwellenbach. Four-seam fastball. Right there for a strike. Fouled back. It's 0-1. McKinstry leads us off. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the 0-1 pitch on the way. Swung on another comebacker to the mound. Man, he's gotten a lot of those. 1-3 put out. Love to see that. One down. Starting to wonder if there's a way for Orlando Arcia to bat lower than 9th and still play defense. One down. First pitch on the way to Kelly, the number 9 hitter. Way outside wide, curveball misses. 1-0. Edmonton leads Florida 1-0 in the Stanley Cup Finals. The 1-0. Swung on, foul back out of play. It's 1-1. Carson Kelly 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the third. Top of the fifth, one out. Schwellenbach, 64 pitches in, brings it. Swing, fouls it back. Four-seam fastball smacks up against the screen behind home plate. It's 1-2. You had a 1-2 count. Kelly uses his timeout. It's about that time to start turning back time. We'll squeeze these in as we go along. The 1-2 from Schwellenbach, number 66 on the night. Down below the knees, outside wide, slider misses, 2-2. Braves 2, Tigers nothing. The 2-2 from Schwell. 96, just misses down and away, 3-2. I think Schwellenbach thought he was going to get that call. Just missed below the zone. The payoff pitch from Schwell, way outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. That's not what you want to do. Top of the fifth inning. 1 on, 1 out. The top of the order flips over. On this date in 1919 at Fenway Park with 2 outs in the 9th, Red Sox catcher Wally Shang is the victim of third baseman Jimmy Austin's hidden ball trick. First pitch to Veerling, the leadoff hitter, is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The backstop trickery ends the game with the Browns beating Boston 3-2. Can you imagine losing a game on the hidden ball trick? The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Veerling coming out of his shoes on that one. He's had a few home runs in his career against the Braves. The 1-1. Rips and fires. Swung on. Sliced that foul back out of play. It's 1-2. Got a 1-2 count to Veerling. Kelly, the hind catcher, is standing at first, so slow-footed. But you do have speed at the plate. The 1-2 pitch. Caught, looking, strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. 2 away. 95 right there at the knees. That's a great pitch. That's where he was trying to hit on that 2-2 pitch to Kelly, where he just missed the zone. So the 5th strikeout of the night. First pitch on the way to Perez. Swung on, banged over to first. Olson's going to step on the bag, and that'll end the inning. So if the Braves get out of it, we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Top of the order coming to the plate.
I am so baked right now. I'm like a pie that smells like pot. I'm a pot pie.
Things you might not know about Ty Cobb. Number 1, he made his major league debut with the Detroit Tigers 22 days after his mother unalived his father, thinking he was an intruder. Number 2, by the time of his death, He held over 20,000 shares of stock in Coca-Cola and owned bottling plants in 3 different states. Number 3, he hit 9 home runs during his 1909 Triple Crown season, all inside the park home runs. He is the only player in the modern era to lead his league in home runs in a season without hitting a ball over the fence. Number 4, he caused the first player strike. After being suspended for attacking a spectator, his teammates went on strike to protest the lack of protection of players from abusive fans. Number 5, in 1913, he became the first baseball player in history to be paid a 5-figure salary when he signed for $12,000. Number 6, he still remains the only player with 2 35 or more game hitting streaks. He also had 6 hitting streaks of at least 20 games. And finally, number 7, he had 23 consecutive seasons in which he batted 300 or better. The only season he didn't bat 300 was his rookie season.
Anyway, in my spare time, I also enjoy stuffing animals, usually with other animals. For instance, a badger will hold 5 squirrels. A mouse will hold a shrew and a vole. You get the idea. Circle of life. I have broken the sound barrier, but you must never ask me how. I don't believe in the moon. I think it's just the back of the sun.
I love a good train wreck.
Stop it, you. She doesn't know you're joking.
No,
he's joking?
John McGraw may have championed the old brawling brand of baseball, but his greatest star was Christy Mathewson, a pitcher with a record for clean play so spotless that his wife once felt she had to defend him by saying that while he was a good man, he was no goody-goody.
Christy Mathewson was so virtuous, he would not give interviews to sports writers who he heard cheated on their wives.
Welcome into the Country Club, Mr. Tyler Benson. Also, we've hit the 100 mark, the 100 like mark, excuse me. So appreciate y'all smashing that like button. First pitch on the way to Jared Kelenic is outside wide for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on, chopped back to the mound. Risky, the new pitcher, relief pitcher, flips it over to first, and it's a 1-3 putout. I don't remember last time I've seen this many comebackers to the mound in a game. The night is done for Casey Mize. 4 innings, 2 earned, 5 hits, 2 runs, 3 strikeouts. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. So Brisky comes in. Bo Brisky, 26-year-old right-hander, the 1-0. Swing and a miss up top, 1-1. Drafted by the Tigers back in 2019, back when they had 27 rounds, the 802nd pick overall. The 1-1 to Ozzie. Down below the zone. Good take by Oz, 2-1. Drafted in the 27th round out of Colorado State University Pueblo. The 2-1 to Oz. Swing, and that ball's laced down the first base line. Just foul, 2-2. Braves 2, Tigers nothing. Atlanta looking to try to tack on some runs here. Brisky comes in with a 3.38 ERA this year, 3.93 career. The 2-2 swing, and that ball's lifted high into center field, but right to Vierling, the center fielder. He'll make the catch, 2 down. He's thrown 16 innings this year, 13 strikeouts, 1.00 whip. So pretty good reliever so far for the Tigers. His 3rd season in the majors for Detroit. Marcell Ozuna steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2. First pitch to Marcell. Down and in, 96 miles an hour. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Brisky brings it. Swing. Fouls it out of play. 1-1. Mize was only at 87 pitches, but talked about this last inning. I just don't think they were going to let him go see the lineup a third time through. The 1-1 to Marcel. Pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball's lifted high into center field. Just before the warning track, it'll die right there into the glove of the center fielder, and that'll end the inning. Well, 3 up, 3 down. We'll head to the top of the 6th, clinging to a 2-run lead.
Doing? What am I doing? I'm moving sandbags 15 feet that way. That's what I'm doing.
Why?
Does it look like I know?
I said I was always that guy that sat in my living room watching you guys play in the World Series and thinking, man, I would love to be there and experience the euphoria of what it feels like. You know, I just never thought that I'd be one of those guys that got to do this, honestly. And it's really cool. I'm telling you what, it exceeded all my expectations.
It snowed 4 inches last night. Is that a lot, ladies? Or no, you need like more. That's nothing. That's like no snow. It's average? Is it average?
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Sammy Sosa is one of the legendary home run hitters of the steroid era. He hit 60 home runs in 3 different seasons, but unbelievably didn't lead the league in any of those years. Every year, either Mark McGwire or Barry Bonds had more.
Small boys had admired other players. They worshipped Christy Mathewson. He was the perfect hero for his age. He seemed to have sprung from the pages of the dime baseball novels American boys now devoured. Sports writers and fans across the country called him the Christian gentleman. No one did more to improve the reputation of the baseball player, and he did it with style.
Matheson would always wait until just about 10 minutes before game time. Then he'd come in from the clubhouse across the field in a long linen duster like auto drivers wore in those days. And at every step, the crowd will yell louder and louder.
He was a commanding presence on the mound, methodically directing the rhythm and pace of each game. He could throw a ball into a tin cup at pitching range, a player remembered, and he took a scientific approach to his work, carefully cataloging his pitches.
Spencer Schwellenbach goes out there for a 6th inning of work, sitting at just 73 pitches. First pitch on the way, swing, and that ball's lifted high into right center field. That ball's going to get down for a base hit. It's up against the wall. Green is flying around the bases. Here comes the throw from Kelnick, but it's going to be a lead-off triple for the Tigers. Got way too much of the plate there, and Green put it right in between Kelnick and Duvall. So a leadoff triple will bring the infield in. Braves lead it. 2-0. First pitch on the way. 93-mile-an-hour fastball up top. It's 0-1. Out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. The Cardinals and Marlins are tied up at 7 in the 9th. Reds 2-1 of the Pirates in the 9th. The 0-1. Swing. Fouls away. On Kenya, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Infield is now back. The pitch from Schwell. Outside wide, 95 miles an hour, 1-2. Padres lead the Phillies. They're heading to the 7th, so good news in Philadelphia. Diamondbacks 5-0 over the Nationals. They are in the 8th. The 1-2 pitch. Way outside wide, trying to get Chase a cutter well out of the zone, 2-2. Yankees lead the Orioles 5-0 as they head to the 5th. Blue Jays and Red Sox 2-2 in the 6th. The 2-2 from Schwell, swung on, banged hard on the ground, just foul. Probably would have been a run, may have even been a Riley probably gets Kenya on that. Would have been a close one. Rays lead the Twins 4-0 in Minnesota in the fourth. Cubs 2-0 over the Giants in the third. Actually heading to the fourth. Mets 1, Rangers 0 in the third. Mets have been red hot recently. Astros, White Sox, 0-0 in the third. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got a big strike out there by Schwell. One away. Nice bender, just cutting out of the zone. Diving off the plate away. One of those ones that's just too close to take. Really hard to line up. First pitch on the way to Urshela is a cutter up top, misses high, 1-0. Dodgers and Rockies are just getting going out in Colorado. Later on tonight, Brewers are at the Angels. Royals are at the A's. The 1-0 swung on, hit hard on the ground. That's going to go in between short and third. And it's 1-run game here in Atlanta, 2-1. Atlanta leads it. Hard hit ball on the ground. Reached down and got the slider and drilled it in between the 5-6 hole. So 1 down, 1 on. 91-mile-an-hour fastball on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Schwellenbach kicks and fires. Swing. Fouls it away. 0-2. Schwellenbach at 84 pitches. They're at this number 6 hitter. So one way or the other, they're not going to let him see the lineup again through the order. Hopefully he can get out of this with the 2-1 lead. The 0-2. Schwellenbach leans in and delivers. 94 outside wide, 1-2. Tried to get him with that fastball painting the edge, but it was well off the plate. The 1-2. Swing. Chops it over to first. Olson's got it. Fires it to Arcia. Arcia hammers it down to first, but the runner's just going to beat the throw. Slow developing double play. If you're scoring at home, it's a 3-6 put out. Arcia to Schwellenbach back over to first. Beat it by about a half step. But you got 2 down now. Runner at first. Got the lead runner. That's the key thing there. Do wonder if they're taking a look at, I don't think they're going to challenge it, but what the broadcast is questioning is whether or not you could challenge that because he ran out of the base pass. The only thing about that is the first pitch on the way is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. It would be a judgment decision on the umpire on whether or not that prevented them from getting the double play. The 0-1. Swing and a miss up top. It's 0-2. He ran out of the base pass onto the grass, which makes him an automatic out, but he was already out. Now if Olson goes and steps over at first and gets that out, then you've got an argument for him to be out of the base paths. The 0-2 pitch. Righty. Caught looking, strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry, and that'll end the inning. If that ends his night, what a night by Mr. Schwellenbach. We'll be back in a flash.
Tell me you white without telling me you white.
What does that mean? He means you're. It's slang. You white means you're white. Oh, yeah, I'm that.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Vladimir Guerrero Sr. was a hitting machine and is of course the father of superstar Vladimir Guerrero Jr. But did you know that Vlad Sr. was almost a Dodger twice? He spent 8 months at Dodger facilities as a rookie in 1993, but they decided not to sign him. Then when Vlad was a free agent in 2004, Dodgers went after him again. In fact, the Dodgers were so close to signing Vlad that their executives were congratulating each other for seemingly closing the deal. But he signed with the Angels instead, which is the team that is on his hat in the Hall of Fame.
You could be like, I'm so sad, and somebody's like, oh, but you're beautiful. I know, I'm depressed, not ugly.
In 1905, John McGraw and his Giants won the National League pennant again, and this time, when Connie Mack's Philadelphia Athletics took the American League championship, he agreed to take them on in the World Series. His decision not to play the year before had cost his players $1,000 each, as much as one-half their yearly salaries. Mathewson, who had won 31 games that season, easily deceived the hitters on the Athletics in the series, pitching a record 3 shutouts in 6 days, 27 innings, and not a single run. The greatest pitching performance in World Series history. The Giants easily beat Philadelphia, 4-1. With Christy Mathewson, New York looked unbeatable.
Mathewson was the greatest pitcher who ever lived. It was wonderful to watch him pitch when he wasn't pitching against you, Connie Mack.
Pull up a chair. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Looks like it will be the end of the night for Schwellenbach, and if so, what a great outing by Schwell. First pitch on the way to Olsen. It's a changeup. It was outside wide, but he kind of offered at it, so they might have called that the strike offering. It's 0-1. The 0-1. In the dirt, changeup taken. 1-1. Braves 2, Tigers 1. Braves would love some breathing room here. Infield is back and to the right. The 1-1 to the left-hander. Just grabs the outer edge, 1-2. Risky is back out there. The last time we saw a flash into the pen, it looked like Pierce Johnson was warming up. The 1-2. Swing, pops it back, foul. A 1-2 count. Righty, lefty, delivers. Outside, up high, 2-2. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour, missed well out of the zone. On deck is Riley, Darnode in the hole. So it looks like they're trying to get a couple innings out of Brisky. The 2-2, in the dirt, 3-2. Tried to get him to chase that changeup, but it missed quite a bit. So a 3-2 count to Olsen. The payoff pitch, Brisky lifts the glove and brings it. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky, can of corn, just left to second base. Drifting back, making the catch is McKinstry. The shortstop, it's one away. One down. First pitch on the way to Austin is right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Boston 2, Toronto 2 there in the bottom of the 6th inning. Toronto is threatening. The 0-1 to Riley. 96, just misses out wide, 1-1. Looked like it might have clipped the zone, but we'll take it. Riley 0 for 2. He did reach on an error. The 1-1, swing, and that ball's bounced in between home and third towards the dugout. You had a 1-2 count. Braves lead just 2-1. So many opportunities early in the game to score. Break this open a little. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Riley chased that one out of the zone. 2 away. Two down. Travis d'Arnaud will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2, now batting .242 on the year. For a night where it felt like they really had the starting pitcher on the ropes, 2 runs, 5 hits. That's it for the Atlanta Braves here in the 6th. The first pitch on the way is a slider out of the zone. It's 1-0. Yankees have taken a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning over Baltimore. We'll see the Yankees this weekend. The 1-0 swing, fouls it back. 1-1. They better wake those bats up when we get to Yankee Stadium. The Bronx Bombers are back. They are scoring in bunches. The 1-1 to d'Arnaud. Down below the knees. Good take, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. d'Arnaud. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch on the way. Swing, pops it up. Another easy, lazy fly ball into shallow right field, and that'll end the inning. So nothing doing here in the 6th. We head to the 7th, clinging to a 1-run lead.
My mama always told me I could be whatever I wanted, so I became a problem.
Look, I done told y'all I'm Contretto. I'm country and ghetto. Okay, I might be tiny baby, but I'm mighty. I don't want to fight you, but I will if I have to. I'm crazy. I'm medicated crazy. You better try Jesus, baby. Don't try me. Don't try me.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
People say that, oh, you want to be different so bad, you want to be different so bad. No, I would much rather fit in and be liked. But there's something wrong with me psychologically.
I mean, the less you have going on, the less you have to worry about. Look at me. I got nothing going on. I got nothing to worry about. Except your future.
There's nothing about baseball that calls for any sort of superhuman proportion or skill, or it at least appears that way. There's the illusion that it doesn't. As boys and girls, we grow up playing it, or we grow up playing softball. And we see the people who are playing it professionally now, and they don't look that different from us. They're not 6'8". They don't weigh 275 pounds. They're not on skates. They're not doing something that is beyond our reach. So the connection, for those of us who played it on sandlots and in schoolyards, is very, very easily grasped.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves lead this one just 2-1. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Pierce Johnson comes to the mound. The right-hander set to face the 8-9-1 hitter. First pitch on the way to McKinstry. Righty-lefty matchup. Curveball top of the zone for a strike. About letter high. It's 0-1. The 0-1. PJ rocks and fires. Outside wide. 1-1. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. McKinstry 0 for 2 on the day. The 1-1 from PJ. Swing and a miss up top, 96 miles an hour. 1-2. McKinstry in the second inning struck out, swinging, and then grounded out to the pitcher in the fifth. The 1-2. PJ kicks and fires. Way outside wide, 96 mile an hour fastball. 1-2. The 2-2 pitch. Down below the knees. He did not go. Thought about offering at the curveball, but instead it's a full count to the leadoff hitter, not where you want to start here in the seventh. The payoff from PJ. Lifts the red glove. Caught! Looking strike 3. Curveball, Bender, got him! Sit down, Joe. PJ's fingers is so. Nasty curveball. You know he wasn't thinking he was getting that. So Pierce Johnson retires the first batter. That'll bring the number 9 hitter, Carson Kelly, the hind catcher, to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch on the way is a curveball right there on the inner cut. It's 0-1. Nestor Cortez is spinning a gem against the Orioles. The 0-1. Did he go around? Yes, he did. First base umpire, Rendazzo, or excuse me, that's Riggs down there, says that he went around. So an 0-2 from PJ. Lifts the red glove and brings it. Swing. Fouls it down the line. 96 mile an hour fastball. Mets and Rangers 1-1 in the fourth. Braves 2, Tigers 1, top of the seventh inning. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball. Man, oh man, that looked like that went through the zone and slapped the edge. He did not get the call. That is a picture-perfect curveball. Just slapped the edge. Got to get that call. The 1-2. Swing. Fouls it away. We'll do it again, 1-2. Kelly. Stepping out of the box for a second. Pierce Johnson takes off the glove, rubs the ball down. Now he's set. The 1-2 from PJ. Here it comes in the dirt. 2-2. That curveball, about a 45-footer. That thing hit the ground before ever thought about hitting the dirt. Top of the order looming on deck. The 2-2. Here it comes. Swing. Pops it up high into right field. Not very deep. Coming in, making the running catch is Adam Duvall. 2 away. 2 down. Seventh inning stretch on the way. Braves lead this 2-1. Looks like Dylan Lee's warming up in the pen. Braves 2, Tigers 1, top 7. The 2-1. 97 just misses up high, 1-0. The 1-0. Righty. Pierce. Swing, and that ball's lifted into left field. That will get down for a base hit. A 2-out single by Vierling. He stands at first with pretty good speed and 2 outs, representing the tying run. So 2 outs and runner at first. Wenzel Perez will come to the plate. Remember, he tried to drop down a squeeze bunt last time up. First pitch on the way, curve ball, just below the knees. 1-0. Man, he is really getting pinched. Randazzo had a pretty fair strike zone all night, and all of a sudden we get to the 7th inning. He is pinching him. The 1-0. PJ brings it. Fastball right there on the edge. 1-1. Perez, 24-year-old out of the Dominican Republic. Made his debut with the Tigers this year. The 1-1. Fastball right down the pipe for a strike 1-2. They were set up on the inside. That one came right down the plate, but he got away with it. So a 1-2 count. This is usually where he goes to the bender. Turns around, flips it over to first, trying to catch Vierling napping over there. Braves 2, Tigers 1, top 7. PJ looks back the runner at first. The 1-2, turns around again and fires it over there. So now, knowing that he's probably going to throw a curveball and he's used his 2 moves, if he goes over there again, he's got to get him. So there's a very good chance Vierling could be on the move. The 1-2, he goes. Swing, fouls it back. Slaps up against the screen. So a 1-2 count. Really curious why he used that second move like that, because now you really pretty much give him an open invitation to go. The 1-2. Swing, lifts it high into center field. The runner goes, and that will be caught by Jared Kelnick. So let's one on, but gets out of the jam. We head to the 7th inning stretch. Get up and stretch, Braves country. We lead it 2-1.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. We out to the ball game. We out to the top. Find me something up and crack the jack. I don't care if I ever get back on the street.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Flash this up real quick. News just broke, y'all. Willie Mays has died at the age of 93. First pitch to Duvall was outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. 94 on the black. It's 1-1. So a 1-1 count. He was 93 years old. One of the all-time greats. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Duvall chased it off the edge. 1-2. Braves 2, Tigers 1. The 1-2. Brisky brings it. Down below the knees, 2-2. Good take. Willie Mays, career 301 batting average. This will be the rest of our turn back time for tonight. He's talking about Willie Mays. The 2-2. Pitch on the way to Duvall. Swing. Pops it up. High down the right field line. Bending, bending, bending. Into the seats. Now to play 2-2. Willie Mays, 3,293 hits lifetime. 660 home runs. 1909 RBIs. Played the majority of his career with the New York and San Francisco Giants. Did finish it with the Mets. The 2-2. Down and away. Ball 3, 3-2. Willie Mays, 24-time All-Star. Won the World Series in 1954. He also won the MVP that year. He also won it in 1965, so a two-time winner. He was the NL Rookie of the Year in 1951. The payoff pitch to Duvall, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chased the changeup underneath his hands, one away. Willie Mays, 12-time Gold Glove winner. Won the Roberto Clemente Award 1971. Was the batting champion in 1954. And won the NL home run crown 4 times. 1955, 1962, and 1964, 1965. They're going to make a quick pitching change. We're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, the Braves try to add to this 2-1 lead here against the Tigers. We lead at 2-1.
She'll have a whole crotch full of STDs and still call herself a snack. Okay, food poisoning.
Got a text from my ex the other day, said he missed me. I said, I'm sorry, I can't talk right now, I'm at a funeral. He said, oh my God, who died? I said, my feelings for you did, bye.
Armchair.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Prince Fielder is one of the most memorable home run hitters in the recent past, whose career was unfortunately cut short. His father, Cecil Fielder, was also known for hitting home runs. Cecil finished his career with 319 home runs, and 18 years later, his son Prince also finished his career with 319 home runs.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I looked at them and thought, that's sexy. And that's my problem.
Alta Weiss was a doctor's daughter from Ragersville, Ohio, who began to pitch for boys' teams at the age of 14. At 17, she joined a men's semi-professional team.
Miss Weiss can easily lay claim to being the only one who can handle the ball from the pitcher's box in such style that some of the best semi-pros are made to fan the atmosphere. The Lorraine Times-Herald.
1,200 people turned out to see her make her professional debut. She gave up only 4 hits and a single run in 5 innings. Soon, special trains were being run out from Cleveland whenever she pitched, and thousands paid to see her play. In 1908, her father bought her a barnstorming semi-pro team, which he renamed the Weiss All-Stars. She eventually put herself through medical school with her earnings, practiced as a physician, and spent her last years sitting on her porch in Ohio, watching children play the game she loved. But it would be 4 decades before women finally got a chance to play in their own professional league.
Laureano is going to be the batter. He is hitting for Forrest Wall because they brought in the lefty Chafin. Chafin fires the first pitch. A bender on the outer cut. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on, chopped foul down the first base line. 0-2. Finish up that thought with Willie Mays. Led the National Leagues in steals from 1956 to 59. 4 home runs in one game in 1961. The 0-2, outside wide, 1-2. His number 24 was retired by both the Giants and the Mets. And obviously his Major League Baseball Hall of Fame is the 1-2 in the dirt. Good take by Laureano, 2-2. Received 94.7% of the vote. That's another one of those. It's ridiculous he didn't get all 100% of the votes, but that's just how the voters do. So a 2-2 count. Nothing against Mario Rivera, but the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Chase that one well out of the zone. 2 away. Nothing against Rivera, but he's the only one to get the 100%. You're never going to make me believe that he deserves it, and Willie Mays did not. With him gone and Hank Aaron gone, the argument starts back up who's the greatest living player now. First pitch on the way to Arce is right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Willie Mays dead at the age of 93. He passed away tonight. The 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Lefty righty, Orlando Arcia's 0 for 2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase that slider. 1-2. Chafin's slider just kind of hangs out there and it feels like it's never going to get to home plate. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the inning. So Chafin comes in and punches out the 2 batters he faces. We'll be back in a flash, heading to the 8th. The heart of the order coming to the plate.
Honey, I'm from the South. When I say, what did you say? I'm not asking you to repeat it. I'm asking you if you go with Jesus because you're about to meet him.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Do you sometimes sit and just be thinking like, man, I can't believe my best friend's a thug? You're not a thug. Yes, I am a thug. You're not a thug. Yes, I am. How are you a thug? I took hip-hop classes, Chad.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. In the 1995 MLB draft, the Montreal Expos chose a 17-year-old catcher from San Mateo, California, named Tom Brady. But Brady decided to pursue football instead.
The 1906 Chicago Cubs, believed by many to have been the best team in baseball history. They moved smoothly to the pennant that year, winning 116 games and losing just 36. One key to the Cubs' consistency was their infield, the celebrated double play combination of Tinker to Evers to Chance. Chicago fans loved them, but they did not much like each other, or anyone else for that matter. First baseman and manager Frank Chance fined his players $10 if they so much as shook hands with an opposing player. Second baseman Johnny Evers was so touchy that his teammates called him the human crab, and he missed one entire season after suffering a nervous breakdown. Shortstop Joe Tinker was ordinarily a cheerful man, but even he refused to speak with Evers for 2 whole seasons after a quarrel over cab fare.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Braves lead 2-1. We head to the 8th inning. Braves clinging to this 2-1 lead. First pitch on the way from Joe Jimenez, who comes in, fires a fastball. It's sliced down the line, but fouling out of play. It's 0-1. Laureano stays in the game, and he will play right field. Duvall slides over to left. The 0-1. Fastball right there at the knees. Now he says that's a changeup, but I'm not sure about that. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with that bender away. 1 down. Good pitch. One down. Joe Jimenez trying to build that bridge to Raziel Iglesias. He fires the first pitch to Kanya. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Roxon fires, pitch well out of the zone. According to home plate umpire. Randazzo makes it 1-1. Now, the next pitch was out of the zone, 2-1. That 0-1 pitch was right in on the clip of the zone. The 2-1. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Slider. So a 2-2 count. Pitch on the way. Down and away. 3-2. Started the Q&A there. I thought about putting a poll, but there's so many options. The payoff pitch. Swing, and that ball's hammered over to the shortstop hole. Arcia fires one over to first, but it's going to be off the mark, and it'll be an infield single. Man, I thought he was going to get it. He had to throw off his back foot in the grass towards left field. And Arcia upset with himself. If the throw is on the money, he probably gets him. Braves 2, Tigers 1. First pitch on the way to Urshela, who's 1 for 3, is right there for a strike, 4-seam fastball off the edge. It's 0-1. I mean, the first one that comes to my mind is Sandy Koufax. Never saw him play, but everyone swears he was the real deal. The 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. It seems like the best living player is going to be a pitcher because you got Greg Maddux. You've got, if you're a strikeout guy, you've got Nolan Ryan. So many great pitchers to pick from. The 1-1. Swing. Hits it high into right field. Going back just before the warning track. Making the catch for out number 2, Laureano. Yeah, I got to go with Sandy Koufax. You just look at his numbers. I mean, he was incredible. As far as the pitcher, the hitter, that's a totally different argument. First pitch on the way to Jimenez, from Jimenez to Colton Keith is a fastball out high wide. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Ricky Henderson's another one. You look at the total package, the 1-0. Swung on, hit high down the left field line. Coming over, making the catch is Adam Duvall, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves clinging to a 1-run lead. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Man, do we need some insurance. Come on, Braves country.
You know, it's a song that justifies drinking any time of the day. But, you know, you just say it's 5 o'clock and it's okay, right? But it only works for drinking. You know, you can't show up late for work and be like, hey, 9 o'clock somewhere.
Imagine thinking I'm a hoe and you still can't get with me.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Wade Boggs was one of the greatest contact hitters to ever play the game. He was also known as a guy who had some weird superstitions. He would field precisely 150 ground balls before games, he would start his batting practice at 5:17 p.m., and he would run sprints at 7:17 p.m. Additionally, he would write the Hebrew word chai, which means life, in the batter's box before every at-bat, even though Boggs isn't Jewish.
I just stopped in for a little drink to settle my nerves before I go to work. What sort of work do you do? I'm an airline pilot. I was on a flight from New York to L.A. a couple weeks ago, and the plane lost an engine. Oh, don't worry, it'll turn up. There's a lot of pressure being applied. It's quite a sobering thought to realize that there are hundreds of people on my plane, all depending on me.
If you don't like me, just say that. Okay, I don't like you. Why would you say that? It's so mean.
These are the saddest of possible words. Tinker to Evers to Chance. Trio of bear cubs and fleeter than birds. Tinker to Evers to Chance. Thoughtlessly pricking our gonfalon bubble. Making a giant hit into a double. Words that are weighty with nothing but trouble. Tinker to Evers to Chance.
Well, I'm of the school that believes that we know the names Tinker, Evers, and Chance more because they fit the metric requirements of Franklin P. Adams' poem. Evers was a great ball player. Tinker was a damn good shortstop. And Chance could hit well. But if you look at their record, they didn't make any more double plays than anybody else in the league at the time. They just sounded awfully good.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves are looking to try to get some breathing room here. It's 2-1. Kelnick to face Chafin. First pitch on the way, swung on, banged over to first. Chafin covering the bag. It's going to be an easy 3-1 put out, one away. We might have to do a series of I think it'd be kind of fun to do a series of these polls the next few games, because you can only put 4 in the poll is the problem, and just have them eliminate each other. We might start that tomorrow to do a few of these polls of who's the greatest living players that are left. Looks like that's going to be the only batter that he will face here in this inning. So they're going to go to the bullpen. We'll be back in a flash. Braves need some kind of insurance. We'll be back.
Here's $5.
Oh, I'm not homeless. I'm a teacher.
It's $10.
In baseball, with so many stats, often players are overlooked or fall off the radar. Here's the career of Paul Molitor. First off, he could play multiple different positions. Over the course of his career, he played every position but pitcher and catcher. In 29 career postseason games, he batted .368, which included a .418 average in the World Series. Let's also not forget his 5 hits in Game 1 of the 1982 World Series, which still remains a record. Do it with his bat, he also did it with his legs. He reached double digits in stolen bases in every year of his career but his last. He always put the ball in play. Not once in his career did he strike out 100 times. His .326 batting average on balls in play was 40 points higher than the average player during his playing career, which made him even more of a threat. His 75.7 WAR is the highest among designated hitters. Even though he played 1,174 games as a designated hitter, he still had a huge impact on the game even when he wasn't playing the field. Most people forget he has the 5th best hitting streak of all time. His 39-game hitting streak in 1987 remains the longest since Pete Rose's 44-game hitting streak in 1978. His 3,319 hits rank him 11th all time. He is one of 5 players in MLB history with at least 3,000 hits, a .300 career batting average, and 500 stolen bases. So it's hats off to you, Paul Molitor, for one of the greatest careers that we just don't talk about enough.
I want you. I want to get to know you. I like you. No, you don't! You just want to touch my private parts! This is not a petting zoo!
Ball players have to be able to cope with defeat more constantly than anyone else.
It isn't just that they lose 4 times out of 6, it's they have to play again tomorrow. And if they lose tomorrow, that's 2 in a row. In a week, you can lose 7 in a row. A losing streak can mount up on you so much faster than a winning streak that it's a kind of terror that grips a team. It's like the spooky music that runs under baseball.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way. Ozzie Albies, the right-hander vest, is swung on and banged into left field, but it's a lazy fly ball for out number 2. If you're just joining us, the great Willie Mays passed away at the age of 93. Marcell Ozuna will come to the plate. Maybe he can give us some breathing room. Braves lead it 2-1. Bottom of the 8th. The first pitch. Inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty. Swing, and that ball sliced foul down the line. 1-1. Braves 2, Tigers 1. The 1-1 to Marcell, high and out of the zone, 2-1. Vest comes in with a 3.56 ERA. The 2-1. Kicks and fires in the dirt. Good take by Marcell. Ball 3-1. William Lane Vest is out of Houston, Texas. Played his college ball at Stephen F. Austin. Drafted by the Tigers in 2017. The 3-1 pitch. Swing! That ball's fouled back out of play. Four-seamer that was high in the zone on the outer edge. One of those ones that Marcell trying to catch up with and send into the right field seats. So a payoff pitch to Ozuna. Olsen stands on deck. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Changeup got him right there, and that'll end the inning. So it's going to be up to Eyeglasses to try to put it away. We head to the 9th, clinging by 1.
Okay, not to exaggerate, but I feel like I'm already tired tomorrow.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. For those who don't know, normal human eyesight is 20/20 vision. A research study found that the average baseball player has 20/13 vision, with the top 2% of MLB players having 29.2 vision. That means that some baseball players have vision that's more than twice as good as the normal human.
Okay, few rules. 1, no smoking.
Cigarettes or drugs?
Both.
Oh, come on. How long does this class even last?
Like an hour.
What? All right, I'll smoke in the car before we go in.
2, no swearing.
Are you me?
Ralph.
Are you crapping me?
3, no knives.
What if there's an attack?
There's a bunch of children and mothers in a pool.
That's exactly when I would attack.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Damn it, Gump. Give me one margarita, I'm open my legs.
But you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
For nearly 20 years, a vaudeville comedian and baseball fanatic named DeWolf Hopper had been reciting a lengthy poem by Ernest Lawrence Thayer called Casey at the Bat, a ballad of the Republic. He had first tried it out on a Broadway audience in 1888 and gotten such applause that he kept it in the act. He would go on to recite the poem more than 10,000 times.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Raziel Iglesias, man, no rest for the weary. They had to give him the night off last night because they've used him so much, and here he is back again in a one-run game. Edmonton leads Florida 3-1. That game is that is in the second period. Almost said second inning. NHL Finals. Eyeglasses brings it. First pitch on the way, right there at the knees, painting the bottom of the kneecaps across the dish for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Did he go around? Looked like he did. He did. Slider in the dirt. 0-2. Rod Carew, I mean, nothing against Rod Carew. Anyone you mention, except for, I jokingly said Harold Baines because he was such a controversial pick for the Hall of Fame. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Eyeglasses gets him on the edge, 1 away. Rod Carew was a great player, was a great hitter, but much like Pete Rose, he didn't have the power numbers. But if your life was on the line, Rod Carew was probably one of the guys you'd want to go to. First pitch on the way is a sinker, swung on, banged into center field, coming in, making the catch is Kid Kelnick, and there's 2 away. The 2 down. One more batter to get, and the Braves can win this series, going for the sweep tomorrow. 12:20 first pitch. First pitch on the way, the number 9 hitter, Carson Kelly, the hind catcher, misses down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Spurger says that the Phillies want. Man, the Padres are getting dragged on the East Coast. Mets swept them. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Slider off the edge. It's 1-2. So Kelly's down to his last strike. Braves country getting up and trying to root on Iglesias for one last strike. This is outside, 2-2. The 2-2 swing pops it up, foul out of play. We'll do it again. So a 2-2 count. Nobody on, 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch from Iglesias just misses outside. Full count. Standing on deck, the top of the order with Veerling. Swung on, lifted high into shallow center field, drifting back, making the catches, Ozzie Albies, and the Wiz seals the deal. Eyeglasses comes in for a clean 9th inning. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. Spencer Schwellenbach gets his first career win, goes to 1-2 on the year with a 4.98 ERA. Iglesias gets his 19th save, and your Atlanta Braves 2, Detroit Tigers 1. What a game by Schwellenbach. We'll take a real quick break and we'll open up the phone lines here on Braves Country. We'll be back in a flash.
You're in Braves country.
Welcome into Braves Country tonight. We haven't done one of these in a while, so figure this is a good night to do it, especially with the passing of Willie Mays. We won't keep you long. Just want to see if anyone wanted to call in, talk about the game, or whatever you want to talk about. Braves win this one. Man, it was a hard-fought game again, and it seems like no matter what happens with the Braves, we're always fighting tooth and nail. So 2-1 is your final. Atlanta gets the W. Schwellenbach gets the win. His first win, he goes to 1-2. I think he definitely has secured that number 5 spot in the rotation. I still think there's a chance you're going to get to see Bryce Elder in the near future because he's been pitching well on the farm. And we've got a built-in off day. But after that comes about, you're talking about after the built-in off day, you're talking about a long stretch where we don't have a whole lot of days off. And you got to figure that with Schwellenbach and then, of course, the big four, I still think they're going to want a 6th guy in the rotation. So we're probably going to see an Elder. I don't think they would try to rush Waldrop back. I think he needs to learn some things on the farm. I think the biggest thing that he needs to get through, as far as we talk about Waldrop and the maturing and the learning of what he needs to do. Honestly, he's got good stuff, but what he's got to learn to do, he's going to have to learn how to put hitters away. Because what we saw a lot with him when he was here in Atlanta was he would get guys with 2 strikes and then he's just trying to blow them away. You can't do that in the major leagues. You still have to continue to pitch to put guys away. But enough on that. Schwellenbach, man, did he have a good night. 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, only walked 2 and 3 hits given up. Gave up the 1 earned run and really went out there and dealt. And I mean, honestly, you have him come in, Pierce Johnson and Jimenez both get holds, and Iglesias gets a save. And what you have right now is a well-rested bullpen going into the last game of this series. We have a chance for a sweep tomorrow. And then we have an off day on Thursday, and then we head to Yankee Stadium. We all know that's not going to be easy. We all know that going to Yankee Stadium is going to be rough. It's going to be one of the toughest trips that we'll make this year. I'm going to equate it to when we went to Dodger Stadium. And we're not hitting the ball real well right now. So you hope that the Braves bats come alive in that series. Tomorrow, it's going to be Raylo Day. And we're going up against, if you've not seen this kid pitch, Tarek Skubal. I'll put it to you this way. I see a lot of bettors in the chat. You better take the under tomorrow. Ronaldo Lopez against that Tigers offense, and Tarek Skubal, who's probably the front runner for the Cy Young in the American League right now. I know he was my preseason pick. That's what we're going to be looking at tomorrow, is an absolute all-out, another 2-1 type thing. It wouldn't shock me if the first team to 1 run wins that game. We're gonna it's gonna be 12:20 first pitch, so we'll come on the air just before noon for the pregame show and talk about tomorrow's game. But Skubal, if you have not seen this kid pitch, He is nasty. He's a lefty. He's coming in tomorrow with a 8-2 record and a 2.20 ERA. He's going up against Ronald Lopez, who's no slouch himself. I mean, he's 4-2 in the 1.69. But anywhere you slice it, this is going to be a tough matchup. And hopefully Raylo can go toe-to-toe with them. I think he can. But we already know these middle-of-the-week day games, we always struggle. So, offensively. So, we know runs are going to come few and far between tomorrow, and hopefully the Braves can get the brooms out and get that sweep. Great game tonight across the board for the pitching staff. The pitching staff was phenomenal tonight. The offense, it started off really well. We got the 2 runs in the first inning, and we threatened for the next few innings. And it always felt like the dam was about to break. We were going to kick that door in, and they never did it. And I think one of the problems is because last year when we got a starting pitcher on the ropes, we always seemed to be able to go in and kick it through and score those extra runs and pad the lead. And the next thing you know, it's 7-1, it's 8-2, it's that kind of thing. But this year, we have so many holes in our offense at the bottom that when you get past Riley in this offense right now, with no Michael Harris, obviously no Acuna the rest of the year, you start getting really, really thin in the 6, 7, 8, 9 holes. You know, you look at it today, Travis d'Arnaud, our number 6 hitter, he's batting .240. Not terrible, but not ideal for what we were doing last year. Then you had Duvall. He's hitting .171. Forrest Wall, limited at bats. And Orlando Arcia has become an automatic out the last few weeks. Him and Duvall. Duvall did get a hit, but Orlando Arcia, Duvall, they're just struggling. And I'm hoping the Braves make a move sooner than later. Because wouldn't it be nice to get an extra bat before we head into New York? Because that's going to be a tough little road trip that we've got ahead of us. If you haven't looked at the schedule, we go to Yankee Stadium for 3. Then we go to St. Louis. The Cardinals are playing much better baseball for 3. And then we stop off to play the White Sox to finish that rainout game from the beginning of the year. And then we'll come home and face a much better Pirates team than they have been in years past. And then we'll finally get a day off. So after Thursday, we start, a 10-game stretch with no days off? Then we get a day off, and we start another long stretch where we don't have a day off for another, 10? We've only got 2 days off left, and one of them is Thursday before the end of the first half of the season. No, it's not technically the first half of the season, but that's what you always look at it with the All-Star break. All right, Braves win it 2-1. I guess we'll go ahead and shut down the phone lines. Doesn't look like anybody's calling in. We will see you tomorrow, and 12:20 first pitch. So don't forget to bring your earbuds to work or whatever you got to do to make your boss think that you're paying attention to whatever they're saying, even though you'll be listening to Braves Country Radio. Yeah, baby! We'll see you tomorrow. Braves win it 2-1. I'm not gonna be upset with any wins, but it does still concern you that the offense just is not quite there yet. We've got a lot of holes, and they got to figure out a way to fix them. Y'all have a great night, Braves Country. Braves win 2-1. Game ball, got to give it to Schwellenbach. I can't remember if I said that or not, but you got to give it to Schwellenbach. Pitched a hell of a game. We'll see you.
You're in Braves Country.
Bye.